Hey guys, today we have the Ultrathin Logitech wireless keyboard for the iPad Air. This is a newer model. This one has the magnetic clip. To start off with this install, we're going to be installing the front first. This material contains air channel adhesive. This is supposedly to reduce the amount of bubbles during your installation. So now that you have your front skin completely off the wax backing, you can start to align it underneath the magnetic hinge and right above where the iPad will sit while you type. Now once you feel the front skin is installed nice and centered on your keyboard, just put a little bit of pressure and make sure the adhesive sticks. But now this next piece is optional. I mean, it's a nice little added accent to your keyboard. This is the magnetic clip cover. This piece is installed the same way as the previous one. Just center it until you have a nice little border around the skin, and then once you feel comfortable, just press it down. Alright guys, the easy part's done. Now it's for the fun stuff. Now while installing the back, there is a slight slant with a curve that may cause some air pockets. But don't worry, this material will reduce the amount of air bubbles completely. So let's start the installation of the back. You want to peel it off completely of the wax backing. Just watch out for that thin piece. It is very delicate. Now you want to reapply the wax backing right below that area with a little bit of the corner exposed, just enough to show one of the feet. Next, you also want to rip the corner off of the opposite foot. Now this will allow you to center the back of the keyboard correctly, and it will leave a less of a margin for error. Now, you just want to align the cutout at the top of the skin with the long strip on the bottom of your keyboard. Now also, you want to be aware of the 2 feet at the bottom while you're centering the top. Because if you're just off a little bit off of a pivot point, then the bottoms aren't going to line up at all. Next, you want to remove the skin completely off the rest of the wax backing. Then, you want to lightly let it back down onto the device and try to realign those feet. But as you can see here, I am slightly off. So in order to counteract that, we're just going to line up the feet first. With our slight adjustment, there is a large bubble in the bottom now. But don't worry about that. If you work it out from the middle to the sides, all the air bubbles will release out the sides of the skin, as you can see here. You get the best amount of pressure as using the palm of your hand or your thumb. The next step requires your hairdryer. Now with the use of the hairdryer, you're going to heat all the sides and the 4 corners of the keyboard. That's because of that angle I was telling you guys about early on. Now, gently heat the top of the keyboard with the hairdryer where that thin cutout is. As you can see, I am gently pushing it down with my index finger in order to not misalign it from before. Now, as you're going along the rest of the sides and the 4 corners, you want to apply pressure with your thumb. And as you hit the corners, you want to put pressure in a circular motion. That will evenly stick the adhesive to the skin and it'll give you that nice curve. Now with this side, I'm going to show you how to remove the air pockets from the angle. As you can see from the unheated side that there are wrinkles towards the edge of the skin. But that's only because air pockets are trapped underneath and you don't want to have that in your final installation product. Now this step is the same step as I said before. All you have to do is heat the sides and the 2 corners. While putting pressure on the corners, you want to use your thumb in a circular momentum, pushing any air pockets that might be trapped underneath the skin. It's like we have actually prevented the air pockets from developing on the edge. So, for demonstrative purposes, I'm going to lift up a small corner of the skin just to show you how easy it is to heat it and then put it back into place. but that's not from removal. That's only for repair. So now that we have our man-made air bubble, all you have to do is reheat the area and then put pressure and push the air pocket out. And as you can see, the skin adheres right back onto the Logitech keyboard. And there you have it, guys. The Ultrathin by Logitech for the iPad Air. This is the newer model of the Ultrathin keyboard. This is the one with the magnetic clip. Thank you for watching, and until next time.